This is what I call my endless summer tour. I call it endless summer because I garden year round, and this is the tour for November. These are lettuce that I started, and they're okay where they are. Lettuce are good until it gets down to, I guess, around 20. I decided to start the tour over here. This is kind of like my workspace, nursery, if you will. These are a few things that I planted as backups, and this is kind of what's left over from the fall, from the radishes. I am starting a medicinal garden. Nothing's happening here yet. This is probably going to go indoors, but this is one of the containers that I showed in a previous video. These are carrots. I just covered this for purposes of frost. This does not keep much of the cold out. I need to water this, but it's going to rain. As a matter of fact, we're going to get 2 to 3 inches tomorrow, so I may not water this. If you look real close, you'll see the carrots coming up. It's kind of a recurring theme. I garden in waves, so everything you see here I probably have duplicates of, in some cases triplicates. This is all spinach, so this is going to stay where it is, starting to grow. It grows a little bit slower when it's cooler outside, but these are the last of my starters for cabbage. These are going to go up on the hill inside my troughs where I'm growing cabbage and collard greens this winter. So that's kind of it for the lower level. I had never seen this before. I've been on the homestead now for going on 4 months, and I actually moved this and replanted it here. I looked it up, I forgot what it was, but it's not edible. I just liked it because it was pretty. And this is something that shouldn't be out here. This is my dwarf um, orange tree, and if I don't get this in pretty soon, I'm not going to have it. So that's definitely going to have to be dealt with. It's been pretty mild so far this fall. We are a couple of days from Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. And this is basically what I had to do in order to grow anything. The soil here is horrible. This is part of the driveway. I haven't had it paved yet. So I've been bringing soil in, and I have been making these little beds. This is my spinach bed. It's coming out really nice now. The problem with this is it's near where the deer come in, and I learned the hard way not to leave this uncovered. So this was, 9/11. This was slow growing. I think I had to replant this, so that date is probably not accurate. But I have spinach that I just showed you in the little containers. I have this spinach here, and I'm about to plant another one so that I'll have spinach pretty much for most of the winter. This over here, if you follow my channel, you'll recognize this. I planted close to 50 onion starters in here. You'll see one coming up there. These are going to overwinter. All this is covered. This is my new way of keeping the critters out. So I have 9 heads of cabbage and collard greens in here. And basically I either put this net over it or I put this polycarbonate over it, and that keeps the animals out. This is rare for me to have all this open like this. I keep it usually closed up because I've lost so much. I am so proud of what's going on now in the garden. If you know what I went through this spring and this summer, when I wasn't really living here, there were quite a few failures, and now I'm making up for it. This is the red Russian kale, my first time planting it in the ground, and I planted too many. So it's okay. It's quite a bit, and as long as it grows, I'm a happy guy. I will be starting to harvest some of this. I probably planted, if I was to guess, probably 3 times as much as what I should have planted in this area. But hey, I got stuff growing. I'm a happy guy. My goal here on this homestead is to eventually grow 50% of the food that my family eats. And it's really dark out here at night, so this is one of the lights that I have up. But it's been a process. But like I said, I'm real happy with the way things are going now. This is something else I had covered. This is dinosaur kale that's actually coming back. Another one of the plants I left uncovered. I have 2 types of kale. So you saw the red Russian kale, the dinosaur kale. I have 2 types of collard greens. 2 types of greens rather, and pretty much 2 types of everything. This is another work in progress. I actually like this. This is the makings of my mini greenhouse tower. I have to get all these lined up and get everything in place. The starters you saw down below, a few of those are going in here. These are Brussels sprouts and broccoli. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I'll do is see how much space they're going to take up. The reason why this is being built this way is because they get pretty tall. My concern is using a grow bag in the winter, so I'm working on covering this up. This is greenhouse plastic. This is not regular plastic, and this is polycarbonate that's left over. Next to this is something else that I'm planting in the ground for the first time, and these are mustard greens. So if you had collard greens, now you have mustard greens. You can see them coming up. They're coming up pretty good. There's quite a few. Maybe a little bit too many in here, but as you can see, these are starting to come up. So I'm happy about that also. Things are looking up. So moving along, I kind of threw this Russian red kale on the ground. I didn't know what was going to happen, and it actually grew. So I'm happy about that. I took these out for the purpose of this video. These are terracotta pots and the saucers for the pots. Terracotta is basically used, well, I use it for heat. Basically, you have radiant heat during the summer, especially. These heat up. I mean, I guess you don't need them during the summer, but what I do in the winter is I let these sit out and warm up, and then I put them inside, not on the plants, but near the plants, so that the heat that builds up during the day can slowly escape into this area, which is going to be covered, and help keep these babies warm. This is my thermostat. This stays in the house. I put it in my bedroom. I have a little mini fridge in my room, and I put it on top of there so it's easy for me to see what the temperature is outside. I don't trust the weather because the weather is just kind of general. It doesn't really tell you actual temperature, but it works real well, and this tells me whether I need to add more protection or let some of the heat out during the day. And this is a look at my completed mini makeshift DIY greenhouse. I say complete, but this plastic, this is greenhouse plastic, is going to go in here as a liner. But right now, it hasn't been that cold, so I didn't need to use it, but I have it for when I do need it. And that black jug there kind of does the same thing as the terracotta, so it's just filled with water, that's all. This is another project. This is my nephew's little patch, but when he gets home from school, it's dark, or getting dark. So he doesn't garden in the winter, and I am basically putting this frame up so that I can put something similar to the greenhouse material over it, because it is going to get cold at some point. I got to rip out the old stuff, add some more soil to this, and this is going to be the other patch of spinach that I was telling you about from the other two areas. So I'll have three when this is done. The next time you see this, this is going to look a lot better. I'll have it weeded. I'll have some nutrients in the soil, and I'll plant some spinach in here and cover this up. So there'll be spinach here. I have collard greens and cabbage in these three. So 5 each, that's 15 here, plus everything that I've shown you already, mustard greens. And last but not least, my pride and joy. Man, oh man, the problems I had with this, because the neighbor's dog, the neighbor's cat, the deer, and probably the raccoon. Everybody and their mother has been in this area here, and I finally learned, just keep it covered. Just keep it covered. So here, you probably recognize there's a red Russian kale in here, and unless you're new to gardening and you don't shop in the supermarket, you'll know that these are mostly carrots. Carrots coming all through here. But the star of the show in here is my purple cabbage. I think I counted like 12 of these. This concerns me, there's a little nibble there. But these guys are coming on strong. They're doing well. And the carrots should be ready to harvest around between Christmas and New Year's. So that's what I have going. It's a lot in comparison to the way things looked around here a couple of months ago. So it's a comeback. I'll take it. Next spring, things are going to be a lot different even still, because I'm eventually going to have all of this, have an excavator come in and have all this straightened out. This is all temporary because I did not want to waste a season or half a year with not having anything planted. So I wanted to grow food right away. That's what's happening. This is where we are. Next spring, they're going to be fruit trees. Well, I have the trees already, but they're not in the ground. But like I said, this is my ever-changing garden. This is my endless summer garden. And for right now, I'm happy with the way things are going. This is kind of an experiment because I could not take my mini greenhouse with me. I couldn't disassemble it. So this is going to be my first winter using this method. That's it, guys. I hope that you come back again. I hope that you subscribe. Please repost. Feel free to repost this video to your friends. Hit the button so that you can be notified whenever I have a new video out. Like I said, I'm here full time now, so I'm putting out videos a couple times a week. I hope you catch them all. Thanks for spending part of your day with me. I appreciate it. Also, you put your questions and comments down below. I'm the Frugal Gardener. And remember, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. Catch you guys in a few days on the next video. Enjoy your day.